America, were your parents so gay that you failed a class, or maybe lost a football game, or perhaps your PC build wouldn't turn on? Were your parents so gay that you didn't get accepted into college, or you got rejected from that girl that you've been trying to ask out for the next, like, for the last 5 years? Did that happen to you? Because supposedly there's a group out there that is claiming kind of just that. This group, greater than, which I hate the name, they are saying that to protect children, they need to end same-sex marriage. Yes, you heard me correct. To protect the children, we got to abolish same-sex marriage. So the president of this group said during their group's launch video that same-sex, quote, harms children in virtually every way possible. Every way. So PC builds, football games, college, all of that's gone if you have gay parents. I don't know. What this does is this deprives of the unique love and guidance only a mother and father can provide. Greater than campaign claims that gay parents are the real threat to children. So this group, greater than, so stupid, 47 right-wing organizations joined forces together to try to overturn the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling in 2015 that found same-sex couples have the same rights and responsibilities to marriage as everyone else. The coalition's focus is to change national public opinion on same-sex marriage by declaring that children are, quote, greater than equality. You heard that correct. Greater than equality. Let's break this down. What is equality? Because I'm sure a lot of people in this country do not understand that word. So I will break it down for you. Equality. This is the principle that all individuals are entitled to the same rights, freedoms, opportunities, and treatment regardless of their background, race, gender, or current circumstances. So children are above all of that. Sounds a little racist and sexist to me. Just saying. And then there's like endless studies from 2014 to 2023 that have found that children raised by same-sex couples were either happier and healthier than raised by different sex couples, or they were just as happy as everyone else. So there's this group out there that's dumb, and they have a dumb name, and they have a dumb agenda, and all of it is dumb. Anyways, back to you, Alex, with the weather.
So I was scrolling through their website and showing it to the thing. Obviously, their allies is a laundry list of right-wing wackadoodles like Focus on the Family. So let's break this down. So first off, there's somebody in the YouTube chat, and I'm going to do this because it's a very serious topic, but sometimes you have to do things. Somebody in the YouTube chat said, sorry guys, the reason I failed my midterms was because I was extremely gay. I kissed a girl and now I'm incapable of reaching ranked in Overwatch. Okay, let's break this down. Okay, first off, equal rights is greater than a child, and so I'm going to start with a basic principle here. A child has a right to a father and a mother. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. That's not a right. There's lots of kids in this world today, right, who don't have fathers and mothers. Obviously, the children in Gaza didn't have the right to their parents, to both parents, because some of them are freaking dead. The idea that there is that this somehow makes any form of sense is beyond calculation. Again, I'm reading their things. Children have a right to a mother and a father. No adult has a right to a non-biologically related child. Well, first off, we can fix that now. Science is a motherfucker. Okay? I think they could do them now. Their hard questions thingy about this is ridiculous. Who are you fighting for? Real wounds. Blah, 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 blah. Right? This is the one that drives me the most nuts. And hang on, I want to find this one in particular. Oh, where did it go? Where did it go? Would children be better off in foster care than in a loving home with same-sex parents? Here's their answer. Adoption and foster care are for children. They are the clients, not adult. Whenever possible, children should be placed with a married mother and father so they can receive the benefits that come from male and female parent. If a heterosexual married couple is not available, social workers must make a decision based on the child's best interest, which might be a loving gay couple. It might be a loving gay couple. Oh my God. Okay. These guys are absolutely up their own asses. Again, I'm going to go back to this view here. Yeah, it's a laundry list, right? Focus on the family, AFA, Colson Center, Family Research Council. Shocking. They got a bunch of other. I mean, it's a laundry list of these motherfuckers. Truth and Liberty. What? The Family Foundation, the Family Leader. You guys, this is ridiculous. Try not to contradict themselves. Challenge impossible. Yeah. Okay. So, what's the good news? What's the good news? On the same-sex marriage, I was concerned for a moment. Okay. And this kind of, again, goes back to one of our earlier topics. Number one, our Congress is currently incapable of passing any constitutional amendment, and any constitutional amendment that would attempt to ban same-sex marriage would immediately get tossed out. Okay? It's not going to get ratified. They don't have the strength to do it right now. So that's good news, number one. Number two, if the current court wanted to overturn Obergefell, which is the Supreme Court case that granted same-sex marriage rights nationwide in the United States, they had an opportunity to do it a couple of months ago, just before the end of the year. Kim Davis brought her shit back, and they could have gone and tried to overturn Obergefell, right? And the court said, nah, okay? Right. And here's the thing. They couldn't even get it to a hearing. For anybody outside of the United States or anybody who doesn't know, there are 9 members of the Supreme Court. 9. It only takes 4 of them to grant a hearing, right? 4 of them. I thought for sure when Kim Davis brought her shit, you had frickin' Tweedledee and Tweedledum, right? Who were going to for sure vote for it. But I figured between Amy Coney Barrett, Neil Gorsuch, and Rapist Kavanaugh that they could get at least 2 more for a hearing, right? Nope. Don't know why. I can guarantee you it's not Gorsuch. And again, on the gay and trans stuff, Gorsuch has been a disappointment to the conservative movement. Like a distinct disappointment to the conservative movement. Because he's come down on the side of trans and gay people every case that's come before him. And no one knows why. He was Trump's first nominee, and he has been absolutely a disappointment to them. So I don't think that Obergefell is in danger right now, because I don't think Roberts and the rest of the court want to get anywhere fucking near it. They just don't. The other reason is these guys can start this movement, but again, they're not going to get anywhere with the constitutional amendment or a law, so they're going to have to sue. In order to sue, you've got to find damages. And this has actually been one of the things where the conservatives have been kind of running into walls because you have to find damages. You have to say, how did this hurt you? What is the quantifiable damage that this did to you? And they can't do it with this. So, yeah, fuck them. Do you feel better on this one?
Yeah. I'm happy that we had like a good segment, a happy, uplifting segment.
Yeah.
To talk about. Yeah.
I still love that. Try not to contradict themselves challenge. Impossible.
Yeah. I
love that.
I don't know who you are, but all of your comments are
have
freaking
been
amazing.
Bangers. I love those. Those are great. Great job. All right. We have another thing kind of in the LGBTQ topics.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right. And obviously, we were talking about this a couple minutes ago. It's the Olympics right now. And obviously, one of the greatest challenges facing this country is the 0.1% of trans people who play sports. Jay, take us away.
Yeah. So on February 7th, the International Olympic Committee announced global sports leaders have reached a consensus on creating the first unified transgender policy for the Olympic Games and World Championships. So, what does this mean? Previously, before this, literally every single sport had its own committee that would create its own guidelines. So, swimming might allow trans individuals as long as you transitioned before the age of 12. Other sports, not at all. So yeah, it's been kind of a mess. However, they are working together now to create a unified policy. This is a major shift in the current system. They stated that their goal is to protect fairness in women's competition, ensure clarity across all Olympic sports, and replace the current patchwork of policies. We are expected to get a formal policy drafted the first half of this year. And as Alex mentioned, I'm kind of breaking this down. So, how many trans people are competing in the Olympics? From 2004 to 2016, 0. In the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, 4 people. And Paris in 2024, there was 3. And supposedly we only have 1 in the 2026 Winter Olympics. Now, there's a lot that goes into these numbers. Some people might not be openly trans or declaring that they are trans or hiding. Also, a lot going back to the whole sport guidelines. A lot of sports just don't allow it, so they never actually get the chance to get to this level. But it is really good that they're going to create this unified policy. Hopefully, we can see more trans athletes in the Olympics. But yes, in the past 22 years, 8 people supposedly have competed. 8 trans individuals have competed in the Olympics. So this is a huge worldwide problem. We have to get this under control. These 8 people are dominating every single sport and are causing little kids everywhere just crushing their dreams.
Do we have a medal count for those 8 people?
That is a great question. We have to look that up.
All right. So while you look that up, I want to point out something, right? We're over here talking about this, but one of the big controversies from this year's Olympics, and somebody in the YouTube chat brought it up, and I was like, yes, I'm going to mention that because I saw it, is that we're talking about trans people, but it's totally fine, according to the IOC, to inject your penis with stuff so that it's a little bit bigger, so that you get more stuff in your wingsuit for ski jumping.
Yeah.
Number 1, I want to know what person was like, I know how I can get some more distance in my ski jump. I'm going to shoot hyaluronic acid into my junk.
No.
Okay.
No.
So let's start there.
No.
Okay. I want to know who came up with that idea. Okay. Now, while we're worried about the minuscule number of people who are trans who are competing in the Olympics, right? Because this is because this is the thing that we need to be focused on. Okay. I don't get it. I don't get where this is a thing. Now, I come down on the John Oliver side of this, where he did a big piece on trans athletes. And I honestly think that, again, discussions need to be had. Okay? I am not qualified to make those determinations. But I also don't necessarily think the people who are in positions of power right now are either. Do we have a medal count?
So this is insane. According to this, when was this published? It doesn't have a date. Fuck. So supposedly, because I will say the thing that you always hear about is like men transitioning to women, and then they win all the women medals and whatever, the trophies and whatever. They don't ever really talk about women transitioning to be a male and then winning a competition. Supposedly, there's been a gold medal and a bronze medal where a trans male, so transitioned to be a male woman. So yeah, they have won a gold and a bronze medal, but no trans woman has ever won an Olympic medal, supposedly.
So I'm seeing something crazy. That there may be one. There might be one. What? And it's on Canada's website. Hang on. Someone named Quinn.
Yep. So that's the trans man.
Okay.
That I'm looking at also.
That is the only trans person I can find who's won an Olympic medal.
But they're a trans male, not a trans female.
Well, I'm just saying. If we're going to do this, you got to have it go both ways. Sorry, guys. That's how it works. Okay.
But it's the men pretending to be women that's winning all the women medals, Alex. Clearly, right here, it says 0 medals won. I don't know. This is kind of crazy. I don't know.
I'll be honest. Look, again, I think that there's probably a nuanced and specific discussion that needs to be had about this. But not in the backdrop of what we're doing right now. This is such a small issue that I don't even think it needs to be addressed at this stage. Right?
100%. This is literally one fucking female who got fucking mad that she tied for 5th place with a trans female throwing a fucking pissy fit, because if that trans person wasn't there, she would have just got fucking 5th. So, which is not a fucking medal at all. You get a fucking, I don't even think you get a fucking participation award. So fucking, anyways, yes. Let's create a priority list and all of the issues in the fucking world, and let's put this as number one. The number one issue, these 8 people that have ever competed as a trans individual in Olympic sports.
Because the Olympics actually have bigger fucking problems. They really do.
They do.
Okay?
Yeah, they do.
They have to give out as many condoms as possible because that place is a thing. Somebody in the YouTube chat mentioned it. It's the cheating on your girlfriend simulator, right? At the Olympic Village, right? The amount of crazy crap, STDs and shit going on in the Olympic Village at every single Olympics is beyond fuck. They had to make cardboard beds. Was this 2 Olympics ago? Right? They did the cardboard beds to try and keep them from fucking on the beds. Okay? Like, what? Really? International Olympic Committee, this is what you're worried about?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's such a non-issue right now.
Well, there's that one in the Winter Olympics, that one person.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Anyway, well, we covered a couple of really good topics there on the LGBTQ community. Go ahead and leave your comments in the comments below.